If you ever see a tall and skinny boy with a mole on his chin, you will know that it's me. My name is Fong, and I will be 12 on the 1st of June this year. I wear thick glasses because I did not take proper care of my eyesight before when I was young. I attend school in the morning session at Ding Tien Huang Primary School. My school is within a stone's throw of my house. Every morning I walk to school with my neighbor, Nui, who is also my classmate. My hobbies are playing football and assembling model airplanes. I am very proud of my model airplane collection. Most of the models were given to me as presents over the years. The rest were bought with the pocket money I saved. As the eldest children in the family, I always try to set a good example for my twin sisters. My parents often praise me for being an obedient boy. When I grow up, I want to be a doctor. I want to be able to cure patients. In order to fulfill my ambition, I must study hard and go to university. As I looked at the photographs taken during my childhood days, it seemed only yesterday that I was a little child. My childhood was a pleasant one. Being the only child, I was doted on. As a result, I was a rather mischievous boy. I liked snacks and chocolates, ice cream, and candies, but I hate proper meals. I can recall how my granny had to run after me, one hand holding a bowl of porridge and the other holding a spoon. I would run faster, shouting noisily as I played with my toy aeroplane. What a little brat I must have been. I also remember the time when I took the laundry soap for a bar of chocolate and wanted to munch it. Luckily, my granny saw it before I took the first bite. Since I had no brother or sisters, I would play with my neighbors at times. There was a boy, Tien, whom I looked up to. He was very good at playing marbles, and he used to share the marbles he won with me. Now that I am a big boy, my childhood days have become a beautiful past which is worthy of my recollection. Everyone sat up expectantly. It was a math period, and all of us waited eagerly for our math teacher, Miss Hunt, to come into the class. She is very popular among us. In fact, she is my favorite teacher. Miss Heng has a short curly hair and wears thick glasses which makes her look stern. However, she is actually very approachable and is always ready to lend an ear to our problems. She is motherly and takes and cares very much for us. I remember once I fell and hurt my knee. Miss Hang helped me to stop the bleeding and took me to the clinic. I was very grateful to her. I used to dislike math when I was younger because I found it far too complicated. Mr. Hang always makes math lessons interesting and easy to understand. She is very patient in explaining math problems to us and always makes sure everyone understands. Under her guidance, my has improved by leaps and bounds. I have mm, grown to love maths and I always score high marks in my math. Test now, and it's all because of my favorite teacher. When the bell rang, everyone jumped for joy. The school holidays, which would last 1 month, had just begun. That night, my whole family caught the flight to Dallas. We spent an interesting week at the beautiful place. Doing some sightseeing and enjoying the delights of the local dishes. Back in the city, my piano lesson resumed. My great, my grade 4 piano examination was scheduled for the last day of school holiday. Therefore, I spent 2 hours every morning practicing the piano. Of course, I spent time doing other things as well. Visited my grandparents, bringing with me cakes that my mother had specially baked for them. In addition, Daddy lines up as a series of programs for my brother and me, like picnics, fishing trips. It was usually when we were having fun that we felt time pass quickly. The last week of my holiday was mostly spent on my studies and my piano practices. Passed my piano examination. It was certainly a good way to welcome school. I wish that my school holidays were longer. I was also eager to see the familiar faces of my friends and teachers in school again. My family is small. There are not there are only 4 members in my family. There are my father, my mother, my sister, and me. My father is a teacher. He's about 45 years old. My mother works at home. She's a few years younger than my father. My sister goes to school. She's 16 years old. I am 5 years younger than my sister. Everyone in my family is kind and happy. My father and my mother love my sister and me very much. They buy many things for us. Sometimes they take us to the cinema. They also tell us many interesting stories. Sometimes they help us in our studies. Indeed, I love my family very much. When I was in grade 4, a new boy joined my class. During the second semester, as I was sitting next to him, I was asked to help him to get used to the new environment. We hit it off instantly. 2 years have passed mm, since then. Now we have become the best of friends. That boy's name was Kun. Kun is much taller and skinnier than me. He's also very agile. That is why he has qualified for our school basketball team. He is also one of our school's best athletes. He specializes in hundreds, in hurdles, and high jump events. Though Kun is very involved in sports and games, he is very disciplined. He always finished his homework on time. In fact, he has always been one of the top students in class. One major belief that most of us agree is that friends should share their thoughts and knowledge. This enables us to know each other very well. Thus, in spite of the fact that he is an extrovert and I am not, we are still such close friends. I really treasure this friendship and hope that it will last forever. It was surprise presentation day. I was chosen to be the model of student of the year on the recommendation of my teachers and classmates. I was happy that they thought so well of me. When I went up stage to collect the prestigious medal and cash award, I was filled with pride and joy. All my teachers and friends congratulated me warmly. My parents beamed widely They were very proud of me. After the prize-giving ceremony, my parents brought me to a toy shop. There, they bought me a remote-controlled model aircraft as a reward for being such a good student. I was overjoyed because I had wanted the model for a long time. In extremely good moods, we proceeded to McDonald's for dinner. We had French fries, milkshakes, and my favorite fried chicken. That night, I played with my model aircraft before going to bed. For once, my puppy was allowed to sleep with me since it was such a special day. Even the night was filled with sweet dreams. It was probably the happiest day ever in my life. I like swimming. It is my favorite sport, for I know that it is well healthy as well as good chance for one to exercise one's body. Last Sunday morning, as the weather was fine, I went to Vũng with my family. I, it took us about 2 hours by car to arrive at our destination, and I felt very excited about it. When our car reached the top of the cliff overlooking the bay, now I admired the golden sand of a long beach, the blue sky and water, and the splendid country surroundings, which looked like an artist's painting. We put on our suits and ran into the water. It was a very happy swim for me. We played ball, challenged each other in swimming a certain distance. Of course, was always beaten by my bigger brother. But of course, but I was satisfied with my good effort. When we felt tired, we laid down on the bench to rest and have some sun bath. About noon, we returned to our tent and had lunch. About 3 p.m., we went once more into the water and enjoyed the afternoon bath until 5 p.m. Finally, we got ready to start for home. Everyone was delighted to have spent such a wonderful day. In addition to the hours we spent doing physical and mental work, we need to have some free hours to relax our bodies and minds. The harder the struggle for life is, the more important recreation becomes. There are numerous types of recreations to each person's interest. As for me, I like fishing as a form of recreation. Nothing is more wonderful than to spend a day fishing in the pond, river, or lake, or a rice field in the countryside. During these trips, I can inhale clean air and fresh and uncrowded open areas and see beautiful natural scenery. I can watch the boats rowing and observe the water and its movements. Sometimes I see various kinds of wild birds, butterflies, and other interesting insects and animals. I get a special thrill from baiting my hook and casting my line into the water, anticipating that the cast will surely attract the fish. Then to catch a fish is another kind of special excitement for me. It is a result of long hours of quiet waiting and patience. In addition, fishing helps me to form good and exciting qualities of calmness, observation, patience, etc. It is exciting, rewarding, and doesn't make me feel nervous or self-conscious. I don't have to exert myself like I would have to if I were in competitive recreation. Then too, it is relatively safe and not as dangerous as playing soccer or other types of active sports. Fishing is easy to learn and doesn't require long hours of practice. The only reasons explain why I enjoy fishing, however, I realized this is only a recreation and that I cannot become addicted to the point where I neglect my studies and other responsibilities. In South Vietnam, there are two main seasons. There are the rainy season and the dry season. The rainy season, which is also called the wet season, usually starts in May or June and ends in December. The dry season or the sunny one runs from December to May. Each season has its own characteristics, which may be interesting to different people. As far as I am concerned, I dislike the rainy season because of the following reasons. During this season, there are often storms and floods caused by continuous and heavy rains, damaging, damaging houses, roads, bridges, and crops. Even though I always wear a raincoat, my clothes are still ruined, and the street leading to my school is always flooded. After any heavy rain that I find going to school a great problem. Apart from that, the sewers most part of the city are being combated causing pollution everywhere. This makes everyone feel uncomfortable and contributes to illness. I was born in northern Vietnam, where there are four clear seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Each season has its own charms and attractions. For example, spring is a season which offers beautiful flowers and warm weather. Summer is the season of nice holidays when we can enjoy lots of outdoor activities such as picnicking, camping, fishing, etc. Mm, At autumn is also so beautiful with its ideal weather, while winter can give us such a delight as gathering by a fire to chat as tells us sunny stories. As far as I am concerned, I like the autumn best because of the following reasons. During autumn, which lasts more or less from late July to early October, it is sunny most of the time. The autumn sun is often splendid, dyeing nature yellow. The weather is also ideal because it is not too cold or not too hot. Then the coldest northwestern wind, which blows gently and fills everyone with a breath of autumn. This leaves the leaves of the trees turning yellow or red, put a gorgeous coat of colors on nature. Autumn is such a wonderful season that many poems and songs have been composed to sing the praises season. Autumn is also a season which reminds me of my first day of school, when my mother took me by the hand and led me to school for the first time. Last but not least, autumn is a time where I can enjoy my favorite food dishes, which are the Japanese vermicelli and green rice flakes. They are found only in autumn. I'm a first year student at university. I go to school 6 days a week with only Sunday off. I leave home for school at 7 a.m. every morning except Sunday and usually return home at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. When I come home, I, I am busy helping my mother prepare dinner or do some housework such as washing clothes, cleaning the floor, dusting the furniture, etc. After I finish dinner, I either study or tutor my younger brothers and sisters. I don't like to go out because of my heavy schedule, so I have no time to waste. Nevertheless, once in a while I manage to join my friends on Sunday evening at a karaoke restaurant and we all have a good time together. Most of the time, though, I just stay at home listening to music, watching videos, or reading novels about niggers whenever I can find the time. I like to go shopping at the supermarket because of the following reasons. The supermarket is large, comfortable, and conveniently located. It takes me only a few minutes to walk there from my house. I usually don't have much time for shopping, so I just have to buy things according to a plan or from a shopping list. At this supermarket, I can buy exactly what I need very quickly because everything is placed on an open shelves. All I have to do is to choose whatever I want and take it to the checkout counter. Apart from that, I don't feel I don't have to bargain over prices before buying it. Mm, I never afraid of being overcharged for anything. Goods are sold at fixed prices and the supermarket guarantees the things we buy. Should the items become faulty, we will either have them replaced or repaired for free by the supermarket. Experience has taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I should have an indoor hobby to occupy myself in my spare time. Otherwise, I might spend my leisure time on entertaining games which are either mindless or wasteful. After careful consideration, I decided to start stamp collection since I regard postage stamps as objects of interest and value. For stamps to be accepted for use as postage, stamps undergo screening steps, and only those stamps which excelled the others in meanings, in artistic skills, and ethics designs will be selected. So a stamp is really cultural trait of the city and to the key too. What could be more interesting than having in my hand such a masterpiece? Stamps teach lessons on geography and history. Mm, I, of course, will have to look up from dictionaries and other books to discover more about the origin of stamps. This will broaden my geographical and archaeological knowledge more and more. Then to collecting stamps, it's a quiet and relaxing activity. I can well imagine how beautiful color stamp, whether it's domestic or overseas ones, could make me happy watching it for hours on end, so my hobby can help me relax. All in all, stamp collecting further simulates my creative and intellectual growth. This, which makes me never feel guilty about wasting time. I learned many subjects at school, but the one I enjoyed learning is history. History tells us about people lived ages ago. It also tells us how men have struggled to make the world a better place to live. Many pupils, however, do not like to read history. They said that there are too many names and dates to remember, because they do not understand what is took back. We cannot understand the present properly. In fact, only a study of history will make us realize that everything we do today is the result of what our grandparents and others have done before them did in the past. So history is the long way of man struggle through the ages. As we read in this story, we learn many interesting things. I love history so much that I have a lot of history books in my house. Someday, I might even write a history book myself. My most favorite my favorite game is football. It is a wonderful, famous game. In the most remote corner of my country, people walk long distances to watch a football match. Even old people enjoy watching this game. To play this most interesting game, I can go to the field near my house where my friends wait for me every late afternoon. My friends also love this game very much. We play until dark. But it is a very hard game. It requires a lot of running. All those who love the game, however, run about with tireless energy. Even I can run the field continuously for at least 2 hours. Football players can also have a lot of strength to kick the ball. They must also be skillful in controlling the ball. All this makes this game a difficult game indeed. Yet it also makes it interesting. I shall always love this game.